So I have a new plan for my room.
Yeah.
So you know my shelf my anime shelf, and how it's bowing?
Maybe.
I've told you about that. My shelf that I keep all my anime on is bowing downwards. So the
Oh
new
yeah, yeah.
plan is to move the entire shelf over a bit, like the entire like to scoot it all the way flush with the wall, and get another shelf. Stick all the stuff on the shelf that's above the anime shelf on the new shelf. Get 2 new pieces of like actual wood, and move the anime up so I can have 2 anime shelves to house all my anime stuff, like my anime DVDs, and
Yeah.
Blu-rays, and then have a secondary shelf with like statues and stuff,
Ooh.
and figurines.
Yeah, that could work.
I just have to actually get a job to be able to pay for all that.
Yeah, still no luck.
Well, I applied for some. It was a Image Works, like they're a screen printing, so like shirts and stuff. I'll probably go in on Monday, drive in and be like, I put a resume in, or anything going on.
Yeah, I think you talked about applying at that place like a couple days ago. I just had to go lean down and grab my art book. I'm gonna like
book?
what?
Said which art book?
Just the one that I do art in.
When I think art book, I think of.
I have an Evangelion art book and it's pretty cool.
I have one for Darling in the Franxx, and I have one for Dr. Stone, and I have one for Infinite Stratus Season 2.
Yeah, I heard about Dr. Stone. I just don't think I've watched it. Why is my mic peaking? Probably because I smacked it, actually.
I love Dr. Stone.
So I assume that it's pretty good then?
It's a science show. I didn't really enjoy it.
Possibly.
Everyone gets frozen in stone, and then 1500. What was it? Is it 1500 years later?
Some big number.
Yeah, some big number. They break. Senku, the main character, breaks out of the stone, and the world's basically reset.
I see.
They have to recreate society, but in the stone world. And it's crazy. So a lot of the science they use is real science.
That's cool. How do I go about tracing? Okay. Yeah, I just need to trace the inside of the, like, CD space, so then I can, like, see what I'm working with. And then I'm gonna go draw, like, a custom jacket for the CD.
Nice. Yeah, dude, I still can't believe I got 2 shiny Cyndaquils.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Waste all my friggin' luck.
Were they in a row, or were they, like, a
No,
little
they
bit
went back
after?
to back. So the first one I got, I think, halfway through the first box. And the second one I got in the second to last box on the second to last row. You know, I got the first one, I'm like, there's no way I'm getting a second one. And I was like, I don't even have to hatch anymore. I got the first one, why even hatch anymore? You know,
Yeah.
mission accomplished. Baby, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, what were you saying before
I honestly don't know.
we were talking about my shiny Cyndaquils? Because, oh yeah, you were saying something like, why, it would have made no sense to stop or something.
No,
That's what I
I
thought.
don't remember.
But yeah, I was just like, I got the first one, why continue? And then I was like, well, I have 60 to 70 eggs left. May as well. Started hatching them, didn't get anything, and I got the second one. I was like, I'm glad I started hatching. Kind of a crazy circumstance, you know?
Yeah. Let's see
And then,
here.
oh, what are you doing?
I don't know, you can say whatever.
I was just gonna say, Dylan was like, "Can I have one?" And I'm like,
No.
"No." I'm gonna keep one as Cyndaquil, and I'm gonna evolve the other one into a Typhlosion.
Yeah, that's a good idea, because then you get like the little guy, and then you get the cool one, you know?
Cyndaquil, I like Cyndaquil more than. Oh, I shouldn't say that because I love both. I love the entire line.
Yeah, it's a good Evo line.
But, and then he was like, "You should move one over to Legends Arceus so you can have the Hisuian Typhlosion and the normal Typhlosion." I'm like, "No. I want one Cyndaquil, one Typhlosion."
Yeah.
Maybe if I feel like doing it again when I get the ability to get the one with extra sensory, maybe I'll evolve the first one or the second one into Quilava so I can have Cyndaquil, Quilava, Typhlosion. Or maybe I wait until I can get the one with extra sensory to fully evolve it. So that way the one with extra sensory is fully evolved. And I can have one with that's a Quilava and then one that's a Cyndaquil.
Yeah, that's an option too.
But at the same time, I think I did 300 eggs, which isn't a lot, but well under odds, like 200 under odds. But still, I don't feel like doing another 300 eggs to get another shiny. Might just be, look, I have a regular Cyndaquil with extra sensory. Yay.
Yeah, so with extra sensory, getting it onto like a shiny, is that going to be super hard? Or is it like so long as the parent knows it, then you get it? I don't remember.
So, when you breed an egg move, this is why I did it with my Mischievous. As long as the Pokemon you're breeding has the egg moves, you can breed it with anything, and the baby will have those egg moves. So for the Mischievous, I bred it to a Shuppet, or not a Shuppet, a Bayonet that had Destiny Bond, not Destiny Bond, because Bayonet can't learn that, but I gave it Sucker Punch and Shadow Sneak. And then I bred it to that, and the baby had Shadow Sneak and Sucker Punch. And then I bred it to a Driflim that had Destiny Bond. Then it would have Sucker Punch, Destiny Bond, Shadow Sneak, and Confuse Ray, or Confusion, as baby egg moves. So it had all three of them, and then I bred it to the Japanese Ditto, and every baby had those moves.
Ah.
So
Yeah,
for the
that would make
Cyndaquil,
sense.
all I'd have to do is give it extra sensory, breed it to the Japanese Ditto, and there you go.
Yeah.
However, it has to be female, so I'd have to have a female Cyndaquil, which I do, and a male Stantler that has extra sensory to make the baby Ditto the Cyndaquil with extra sensory. Because if it was the other way around, you would get a Stantler with no egg move. Or you'd get a Stantler with extra sensory. Because extra sensory is already an egg move.
Yeah.
Once you do it once, your brain just kind of works that way.
Yeah, because the hardest part is learning it.
Once you learn it, it's just like, oh yes, I can. There you go. Like Galarian Meowth can have Night Slash as an egg move, and normal Meowth can't. So if you give your Galarian Meowth an Everstone in Scarlet and Violet, and then breed it with something that knows Night Slash, as long as the Meowth is a female, then the babies will have Night Slash. But if you forget to give it the Everstone like I did the first time, the Meowths won't have Night Slash.
Yeah, it's just like a lot of weird stuff that you have to learn,
Yes.
it seems like.
Yes, and if you're wondering what the Everstone does, it basically means So normal Meowth is the regional Pokemon, so like Meowth can be found there, but Galarian Meowth can't be found there. So if you breed a Galarian Meowth to a Ditto, you always get a Kantonian Meowth. So you have to give it the Everstone to keep it Galarian.
I see.
It also works with the different colors of Flabebe. So if you have a blue Florges, give it an Everstone, you get blue Flabebe. Weird and complicated, but, you know, now that I know it, I can do it. It doesn't mean anything because the next Pokemon I'm doing is Charizard.
And he doesn't need any special treatment for egg moves,
Nope.
right?
Well, I could put Dragon Rush on it if I wanted to, but I'd have to get a female Charmander because my Charizard's male. I have to get a female Charmander and go and get a Dragonite with Dragon Rush on it, and then breed it to get the Dragon Rush, and then start breeding that with the Ditto. But I just don't care anymore. I just want my shiny Charmander.
Yeah, fair enough.
When it's Pokemon I already have, I'm like, screw it, why not? Because I already have a Dragonite, but it doesn't know Dragon Rush. So I'd have to level it up to like 57 to give it Dragon Rush. And I'd need to breed the Charizard to get a female Charmander, which is a 50-50. Whenever it's a 50-50, I always freaking lose.
Oh, trust me, yeah.
Like when I was trying to get the Mischievous, do you know how many eggs I needed to hatch to get the stupid freaking female Mischievous?
A lot.
Like maybe like 20, or not 20. I think it was only like 3 or 4, but still. When it's a 20-20, you should be able to get the female in the second egg, not the third. That's not 50-50. That's not how this works.
At least it's not 50-50 and then you fail it 70 times.
Yeah, you failed 70 times.
I was,
Though I will say... Oh, sorry.
I was playing a match of Pokemon and I failed the coin flip for my Zacian to wake up in the card game, like, literally 9 times in a row, and I failed all of my item coin flips.
Ouch.
I don't think I got a single heads that game until Zacian woke up. And that's the only, like, the last turn for me to win, because he would just one-shot.
Though I will say, breeding the Mischievous definitely didn't feel like 50-50 in the box. It usually was like a row of male, a row of female, a row of male, a row of, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, this isn't 50-50. The box may end up being 50-50, but it doesn't, you know.
Yeah.
And then you'd have some boxes male, female, male, female, male, 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 female, 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 male, male, female, you know. You just get spatterings of different. And then you have the ones that are 25-75, and it's like, I have gotten more females, and the females is 25%.
Yeah, then those just don't make any sense.
Like my Cinderace, my shiny Scorbunny was female.
So it was even more rare then?
Yeah, because Cinderace. Hold on, I can check. I think I'm remembering it wrong. Let me check. I think Cinderace has a 75-25 male female. Oh, it has an 87% for male, 12% for female, and my shiny is the female. Let me check Scorbunny. Yeah, Scorbunny is the same. And I have a female shiny Scorbunny. Well, it's a Cinderace now, but what are the friggin' odds, huh?
Yeah.
Then again, if you looked at the Rule 34, it'd be a very different number.
Obviously.
It'd be closer to 50-50. Oh, and I found something, but I don't want to... I found something that I think Harold would like, but I don't want to piss him off with it.
And that
Well,
is...
'cause I don't know if he'd be offended by it or not. I play these games called Hentai Hero and Comic Book Harem. They're like collector games where you collect the different, you know, harem stuff, like harem women and stuff. And one of them had a advertisement for different toys, you know.
Yeah.
And I clicked on it going, monkey brain, huh? boop, I clicked on it for no reason. And on the front screen was a femboy toy, and I was just like, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I laughed my ass off at him for like a solid 20 minutes. I'm like, I should show that to Harold. I'm like, wait, I don't want to,
Yeah, it really just depends.
I think it's hilarious. I could get a pic. I could take a snippet and send it to you if you want to see it. What I'm talking about. But you don't have to if you don't want to.
I'll pass. I'm just drawing stuff right now.
Okay. Yeah, I just thought it was hilarious. I saw it and I immediately went, I should get that for Harold. But at the same time, I didn't want to be like, send it to him and be like, what's this supposed to mean? And I'd be like, I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything, brother. I just thought it was funny. They have a new store in the Aura Mall called the Nerd Store. It has comic books, anime figures, some manga, not a lot, but it's an interesting store.
Now I have to look for my one playlist. There we go. Okay.
Oh yeah, did I have off my Mian Fu?
Oh, yeah. I was trying to remember what Pokemon that was.
Because I've been walking it for a while and I have exactly 50 candies and it takes 50 candies to evolve.
So you evolved it and then just went, haha.
Not yet. I'm probably
Oh.
gonna walk it for a little bit longer to so I can get a couple more candies, but
Yeah, because there's like the, you can power it up, right?
yeah, and Mian Fu is only in 12k eggs. Right? Only in 12k?
I don't know.
No, they're only in 10k eggs.
So they're pretty rare.
Yeah. Be thankful we don't live in the Fallout universe.
Yeah, I mean, like a giant nuke went off, didn't it?
Not one giant nuke, a lot of nukes.
Yeah, it's just post-apocalyptic.
A lot of nukes. Enough to end the United States and I think China and the rest of the world. He's talking about things that can't exist in our world. Like overpowered technology that can't exist in our world.
Yeah, aren't there quite a few of those crazy items?
Yep. Ludicrousy.
And once again, I've come into the problem of, trying to fill in the blank space as I'm trying to concentrate on drawing. Yeah, anyway, with, anime, right?
Yes.
There's this new anime, I think it's called My Star, like the English name at least. I know the Japanese name is Oshinoko.
Yeah.
It's one episode right now,
Yeah.
but I was thinking I could watch it sometime because my brother's like, dude, it's like one of my favorite animes.
Well, I still can't wait for Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead. But that comes out in July, and I'll be in Hawaii by the time it comes out.
Yeah, I'm really excited for season 2 of Chainsaw Man. No duh.
Yeah, I can't wait for Zom 100. It's like, it's gonna be insane.
Like,
Well, because it's basically what I'm writing for my book.
oh yeah, the zombie apocalypse stuff.
Yeah, it's basically a dude waking up and realizing that his 9-to-5 job is pointless.
Oh yeah, I think I've heard of that.
I've watched the trailer so many times.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Attack on Titan to end as well.
Attack on Titan already ended.
Oh, it did?
I remember everyone was like, the ending was so amazing, and I'm like, it finally ended?
Dude, I heard everyone saying that Attack on Titan has a terrible ending.
No. I think it was just my cousin that said it was good. I
Ow.
don't know.
Yeah, so with Chainsaw Man, I I really just hope that they don't draw out the ending. And at least for Chainsaw Man, it still hasn't ended because the manga's being written still. So it
Yeah.
has some time before it can get like delayed and like twisted. But if that stuff ends up happening, I'll probably just like only watch it because of the soundtrack and then be like, guys, just go read it. It's better. I really hope it doesn't get canceled and that Mappa continues to work on it because it's a really good manga. And I have a book like by the same person. I mentioned that earlier and I wanted to read that. It's called
Slayer.
it's called Look Back.
Yeah.
And I have the physical copy and I wanted to read it and then I just still haven't.
Ah.
But it's cool because it's a melodrama. And
Yeah.
what's funny is Chainsaw Man is also a melodrama. You just don't realize it because it's like super action packed and stuff. But that's like not how the story progresses. So it's
Yeah.
about like the way that the show works rather than like the themes of the show that makes it a melodrama.
Mm.
It's like how Evangelion, like you look at it on a surface level and it's mecha, but then you look more into it and it's like a psychological drama with like a ton of weird stuff and like characters having just crazy issues.
Well, I mean, then you watch Elfen Lied and you're like, oh goodness.
Yeah, that was a good anime, like really good. It's like one of those animes where I wish I could recommend it to people, but I just can't. You know?
Well, I've only ever watched it all the way through once.
Yeah, I know. It's definitely one of those animes where it benefits from the first view. Like, I think if I were to rewatch it, I wouldn't like it nearly as much as the first time. Which, you know, that makes sense.
Yeah, the first time you watch it, it all hits in. You're like, oh dang.
Yeah, that's why it's so good, is because of like that false sense of like you think you know what's going on and then you realize you know nothing.
And then it backhands you in the face and says, no.
Yeah, like me and my friend, I've talked about this before, just not here. We watched that instead of the Super Bowl, and they pressed play on the first episode, and you know how the first episode starts.
She kills 25 people in the first 5 minutes of the show.
Yeah, and so I looked down at my phone for a little bit just to check it. I looked back up, and suddenly there's like 3 people dead already, and I'm like, hey, can we start from episode 1, please? And she goes, what do you mean? I just pressed play. And
So we
so
watched a couple scenes to make sure I was still on the same show.
after they said I just pressed play, I was like, oh sick, this is gonna be up there in some of my favorites, and it is. I have the music box for it, which I think is really cool.
Nice.
It just plays that like theme in the opening.
Oh, nice.
That show was so good. Like, I think about it constantly and how I want to go back and rewatch it, but I'm like, no, it's not going to be as good the second time. Like, it won't be. There's some animes that benefit from you watching it a second time. Like, for a lot of people, they watch Evangelion and they're like, what did I even watch? They go back and watch it a second time and they're like, oh, that makes so much more sense.
Yeah, well, Elfen Lied requires that initial like slap in the face to be good, because once you know everything, you don't get that same shock factor.
Yeah. Like, you can't even tell people what it's about to get them to watch it. It's just like, hey, go watch this, bro, trust me. Just sit down and watch it all in one sitting. 'Cause I also don't like binge watching anime. I typically split it up quite a bit. Like, even when reading manga, I only read like a volume every other day. just so it's not getting like, so I can retain the information and it's not like all crazy. But then like with Elfenlied, right? There's a Super Bowl going on downstairs, and I'm like, yeah, I'm fine with just watching this anime right now. And like, we just kind of watched it all in one sitting, like the entire night, because it's only like the 12 or so episodes, so it was only like 3.5 or 4 hours, something like that.
Yeah.
So it was a long watch, but we took like a short dinner break halfway through, like when the Super Bowl's like halftime was happening or something. So we didn't like take a big break, because I don't think I would have enjoyed it if I started it one day and finished it in like 2 more days. Because it really just like carries the momentum all the way through and then just like puts you right back down.
I mean, the only anime I think I've ever power watched all the way through, marathoned in one go, was Gargantia on the Verdant Sea. I mean, Gargantia on the Verdant Planet.
I don't think I've ever heard of that one.
I sat down and started watching it because it looked good. And by the time I had finished, like, by the time I looked at my clock, it was midnight, and I had finished the whole thing, and I was like, what?
You just didn't realize you finished it?
Well, because I was so involved in it, and it was so, it was so gripping, and I had finished it, and I was like, what?
Yeah, I feel like Elfenlied does that so perfectly. Like, it just sucks you in immediately. It hits you with that initial, like, wait, what? Am I watching from the beginning? Oh, okay, I am. What?
I am watching from the beginning. Yes, she did just kill like 15 people.
And then it like calms down a little bit and starts doing like that world building. So you're already like
back into the crazy violence.
Yeah, you're just like already invested in this because you're like, what's happening? And then it explains what's happening, and you're like, oh, cool. Might as well stay to watch some more because now I know what's going on. And then you don't know what's going on. It's just like a really, really good show.
It's like, too, because I was planning on having it last at least a couple days, and then I finished it, and I was like, oh. Well, I guess I have to find a new anime to watch tomorrow.
Yeah. With the Black Lagoon, that was like 29 episodes. And I watched it in like the span of like 3 weeks somehow. I'm saying like in 3 weeks for 29 episodes. Like, I took like a big 1 week long break though, of just like not watching it because I had like a 42-hour week.
Dang. Well, it takes me about 3 days to watch 12-episode anime, so...
Yeah, that's what I typically do. I watch like 3 or 4 episodes the first day, watch till like 5, 6, maybe 7, and then I finish it on the third day.
I just go until it's midnight, and then I stop, and then go back. So I need to get a job, so I can build my shelf better, so I can buy all my anime, so I can restart everything. But I need Overlord Season 4 to come out, and it still hasn't come out yet.
But it was announced at least.
Well, Season 4 is already finished. I'm waiting for the Blu-ray to come out.
Oh. Yeah.
The only Blu-ray I have bought so far is the pre-order for Violet Evergarden's second movie.
It's getting another one?
That doesn't come out until like June.
Oof. Yeah, I have a couple anime Blu-rays, and that's where I watched Black Lagoon. It was really weird because I thought it was gonna be like that super cheesy 2000s violent metal anime, and then it kind of was in the beginning, and then it got like it's a slow burn. Like once you get to like episode like 7, it starts to get a little bit better, And then, like, by episode 13, you're like, wow, this is a really good anime. And then you go finish it. And then
Yeah.
and then I was like, wait, what's this Roberta's Blood Trail? It's only 5 episodes long. And I was like, okay, so it's not like a third season. It must be like some sort of spin-off. But then I remembered there was a scene from Black Lagoon that I didn't see yet. So I was like, oh, it's probably in this little spin-off thing. No, it's a continuation. It's just not enough of a continuation because the show got canceled. So they just like did one more arc and then canceled the show. And they were like, yeah, it's not a season 3, but it's not a spin-off. Because then with the link you sent me for the manga, I looked at the Black Lagoon manga and we're not even halfway through
Yeah.
the animated adaptation, and I was like, oh. I mean, like at least it left off on a good spot, but like that's kind of all I can really say about it is it left off on a decent spot.
Good.
But those last 5 episodes were some of the coolest anime I've watched.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it feels like for Darling in the Franxx, because I have the manga now.
Yeah.
Is this different? Is this colorized? Now I'm back on that website I sent you to see if, because they have the full thing on the website, but I don't want to read the full thing yet because I want to actually own it.
Yeah. That's kind of how I feel about the like the new Chainsaw Man stuff, because there's still some being released, and it's like I could read it like a chapter weekly, but that's like a chapter. That's like 5 pages a week. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. And like I don't want to read a full volume either online,
Yeah.
because like the physical release has like some added stuff from the guy that made it, and it's fun to look at.
I clicked on the list. They have an adult manga section, and every time you click on it, it goes, oh, nope, there's a server error, and it's like, what do you mean?
Too many people reading. I don't know.
No, it says the server encountered an internal error and was unable to complete your request. Either the server is overloaded or there is an error in the application.
Yeah, which the overloaded part, wouldn't that be too many people are like trying to read it?
Yeah, I guess. This is why I still have Chrome enabled. See if it works on Chrome instead of on... Nope, doesn't like Chrome either. Oh, works. That's hilarious. Haha, I win!
So you're able to read the stuff now?
No, I just found a different website.
No. I mean, that's still technically a workaround.
The problem is that I have no idea what I'm doing. What any of this is. Oh look, there's one for Kiriko.
Where's Harold?
I know, where's Harold when you need him?
I really wanted to, like, do a physical, thing for the CD. Like a physically drawn thing with, like, paper and pencil. But I might have to go with, like, graphic design for at least the front. Ooh, actually, I'm gonna keep this. I thought of something. I can make this part of the inside or something as like maybe an Easter egg.
What was that?
What was what?
Are you putting stuff on Discord? Oh, you're using your soundboard.
Yep.
Bruh.
Freaking give me I was like, huh? What?
It always works.
I'm watching this video about invasive species and the most dangerous ones. Apparently, someone killed a hippo with a car.
Huh.
And I'm looking at a picture of the car, and it looks like a Toyota Corolla, or like one of like the little like tiny cars. How did that tiny little car kill a hippo?
I don't know. But also your mic is peaking.
Oh, sorry. Well, I'm just confused. Literally, the car is half the size of the hippo.
Yeah, hippos are
How?
big and they are dangerous.
But how did this car kill a... Hold on. The size of the car compared to the size of the hippo.
Just...
How did the car win? It looks like it... What? I want a booster box of the new base set for Scarlet.
Yeah, you know Ari, right? They got like the elite trainer boxes for both. I really want some of them, but I'm also just like, I'm finally getting my car fixed, so I don't want to spend a bunch of money on Pokemon, because I got an engine for it, and now I'm thinking maybe I'm gonna start saving up a little bit more. I need like $2,000, maybe $3 to...
$114. Holy cow.
What?
The booster box is $115. That is very, very expensive.
Yeah, especially when you don't have any income. That's like, it's gonna tank you down.
I mean, it's neat. I'll still add it to my wish list. So when I do get a job, I can finally buy it.
Yeah.
Because I do kind of want some of the new set. Anyway, I'm watching PM7 do a... he has a booster box and he's pulling cards out. And depending on the card, like the EX he gets, that's what he shiny hunts. And then I saw him do that and I was like, I want a Pokemon booster box. I don't have anywhere to put them because I need to buy a new binder, but still, I want some more Pokemon cards.
Yeah, the new ones look really cool. They've got the silver border.
Oh yeah.
I also like, I really like some of the full arts in that set. I really want King Gambit.
Yeah, and I mean the only Crown Zenith I got was that ETB that you and I got,
Oh yeah.
and I kind of want more Crown Zenith, but at the same time, I don't have the money right now because I would totally get more Crown Zenith.
I really like shiny King Gambit.
Yeah,
Such
I
a
know. I
cool-
need to go and evolve it. I'm just lazy.
Yeah, I also like just the entire line's shiny. Looks really cool. Even Bisharp.
Yeah. Thankfully, it's level 41, so I don't have to go that far. You know.
Yeah. Still crazy how they kept it like that.
Kind of want a shiny hunt, but I don't want to have to get more Herba Mystica. Because getting Herba Mystica is a pain in the butt.
I haven't even played enough of the new game to know how you get it.
You have to do 5-star raids or above. And not all Pokemon get... Well, all Pokemon have a chance of dropping Herba Mystica. But the problem is the pools are different for every Pokemon. So you have to find the right Pokemon of the right type, and have the right team members to be able to beat the Pokemon. And if you don't beat the Pokemon, then you don't get anything. So when you go online, you run the gambit of getting a bunch of 5-year-olds that are like, my level 5 Pokemon can fight this level 75, and it's like, no, child.
Yeah, that never works.
Like I said, it takes the right... getting Herba Mystica is one of those things where it's like a last resort. If I really can't get a Pokemon, then I will hunt Herba Mystica. But if I wanted to shiny hunt right now, I'd have to go and get Herba Mystica because I already have all of the outbreaks that I want. And I don't feel like Masuda methoding because that takes hours. I don't know, dude. It took me forever to get my shiny Great Tusk. Like I said, all the shinies in that game don't stand out until you look at them long enough, and then you go, oh no, that stands out from the rest. Because everyone's like, Ghastly's impossible to spot, and then you see the shiny Ghastly next to a normal one, and you're like, wait a minute. those are, you know.
Yeah, because people joke about it being like just a shade darker, right?
Oh no, in Scarlet and Violet, if you weren't paying 100% attention to the Ghastlies, you wouldn't see you wouldn't see the shiny at all. You know, because of the lighting engine in Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah.
So with the lighting engine the way it is, shiny Ghastly in the wild just doesn't look shiny. But if you actually see it next to a normal Ghastly, you're like, no, that one's shiny, look at that, you know?
Yeah.
Because, like, a normal Ghastly has light blue around it, but the bottom is purple, and the inner orb is a dark purple. Shiny is all blue gas with a lighter purple core. It's one of those things that if you see it, you'd be like, oh, yes.
Toho music is so good. Like, easily one of the better video game soundtracks.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really think of any video game soundtracks that I've fallen in love 100% with. I mean, Monster Hunter. Do I friggin' Urban Mystica hunt while we talk?
I mean, you could. I was just like thinking of the Toho soundtrack because I'm listening to like a cafe lo-fi styled.
Okay. PM7 just got a shiny Ralts. I am shiny hunting Ralts. I want my shiny Ralts.
Yeah, dude, shiny Gardevoir is so cool.
Well, with my luck, I'd get a shiny male Ralts, and it'd be like, oh, nice, yes, of course.
Gardevoir can still evolve from a male.
But if I got a male, I would evolve it into Gallade. Okay, you ready? Were you about to hear me lose my mind over trying to get Urban Mystica? Because now we're connected to the internet. Of my shiny Ponyard, my shiny Dino. Let's do this. And the question is, do I do Psychic or Fairy? Because if I do Psychic... Is that a shiny Igglybuff? Is that a shiny Igglybuff? Did I just get a shiny Igglybuff out the gate?
Did you?
Hold on. Did I... No, it's not shiny. My TikTok croc killed it. The Let's Go feature they added doesn't kill shinies.
Yeah.
So you can check things by attacking them in the Let's Go feature. And if it kills it, then it's not shiny.
Yeah, I heard about that and I was like, oh, that seems really nice.
Oh, it is. Though it is hilarious because you look at it and you go, is that shiny? And then you send your Pokemon at it and it kills it and you're like, nope. Or you send it out on accident to attack something and it doesn't attack it and you're like, excuse me? Out the gate! I got an Armor Rouge. Armor Rouge has a pretty high Urban Mystica drop rate. Oh, thank goodness. Oh.
Oh, you're still trying to get the Herb of Mystica?
Yeah. Like I said, specific Pokemon have a higher rate of dropping Herba Mystica, and Armor Rouge is one of them. The only problem is it's a fairy type, and everyone's going to be like, Armor Rouge is a psychic type, so don't bring poison. And I'll be like, it's a fairy Terra, so it tastes whatever. You know?
Yeah.
Like right now, here's a dude with a Primeape. I mean, an Annihilate. Get rid of the Annihilate, please. Get rid of the Annihilate. It's a psychic type. Underneath the fairy. Belly Bolt's not going to do anything, buddy. Can someone please bring a decent poison or steel type? Not a dragon type. Not a dragon type. Like I said, dude, it's just a bunch of 5-year-olds. My pseudo legendary can beat this thing. No. No, it can't. Now you're just going to hear me complain about raids.
Yeah.
I will try to hold myself. Essentially, there are a very few handful of Pokemon that are actually decent for raiding. And a bunch of the 5-year-olds just don't use them because they don't understand. And even when they do use them, they don't use them properly.
Is there a new Fire Emblem banner out now?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, there
That's a
is.
good question.
Okay, now I get to talk about Fire Emblem Heroes. Nintendo Mobile.
Yes, I think the Quack Wolf finally understands what it's here for.
Yo, we
It's here
got
to heal us.
Sylvain. It's rearmed, Ingrid. Oh, we got Felix. Dude, he's gonna be broken.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, -1 cooldown count. I'm just gonna keep talking to the mic.
Oh, you're good.
Okay, -1 cooldown count if unit exists. Against the following effect, if unit exists. Wait. At start of turn, or at start of combat, minus cooldown count 2. If special is at maximum value, special cooldown count -2. If unit special, okay, -1. Everything +5. 30% damage reduction, godlike reflexes, attack speed finish 4, attack speed bulwark 3, speed smoke 4. Pretty good. We finally got default Rhea. True Dragon Wall, yeah, so she's gonna be good. -1 cooldown count. If foe initiates or if foe is above 75%. Everything +5 to unit. Unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack. Guard on foe. 30% damage reduction. Oh wait, reduces damage from foe's follow-up attack by 30% of units res. So true damage reduction on follow-ups. If foe initiates combat, or if foe's HP is above 75%, attack res +7 to unit. And if foe's attack can trigger special cooldown, or can trigger special, and unit's res is better than 5. Inflicts 1. Okay, so that's annoying. We got a new really annoying character.
Nice.
Why did they make Sylvain an axe unit? He's a lance. Okay, whatever.
Oof, I don't know what that means.
So, in 3 houses, Sylvain uses a spear,
Yeah.
you know? And
Yeah.
for whatever reason, they made him wield an axe.
Oh, well, dang.
Yeah. They also did that to Shez. She uses a sword, but then they were like, axe. I'm like, okay. Hopefully his stats are good enough because his base kit sucks.
DS turn on.
No. Please, no. Okay, so, we got rearmed Ingrid. And base Ingrid was pretty annoying.
Okay.
And rearmed units mean you can inherit their weapon. We basically just got an inheritable Ingrid's weapon, but better. So now every
dang.
spear unit can have that. And now I'm even more upset that Sylvain's not a spear unit because I can't give it to him. But
Oh, dang.
-1 cooldown count if unit exists, everything +5, 20% of unit speed equals true damage, including AoEs. Neutralizes bonuses to speed and defense. And also, if unit is faster than foe, no follow-up. Yeah.
It sounds pretty good.
Knightly devotions, their preferred A skill. Canto remaining movement +1. If unit initiates or is within 2 space of an ally, everything +8. Neutralizes penalties, and everything +7. Well, no, not everything. Restore 7 HP to unit.
Okay.
So she ignores your speed and defense buffs, and you can't debuff her. She gets +13 to everything, and gets another 8 on top of that for attack. Yeah, attack and speed. And then reduces damage from attacks during combat from AoEs by X. By units first to combat initiated by foe each turn. Okay, so she has 60% damage reduction on her first phase in the enemy phase, and then 30% for the rest of the map. Yeah, she's only doing 50 times 2, when she has a 20% attack debuff from the weapon triangle. No big deal.
Dang.
Who's
Somebody
the
to
Grand
don't
Hero
you
battle
bridging.
unit? That's what I want to know. New character. It doesn't show us. I'm gonna have to wait for the data mines probably. The list comes out on the 17th.
You're talking about your broken things, and I have my own broken.
Iron Hands is so busted. I love it.
But I did have a thought. Remember how I said the audio was all messed up? I can just take like some of the stuff that we talked about and put that over my Subnautica gameplay. I can just use the gameplay at least.
Yeah.
I might still upload the last bit where we were messing around on that island, because that part's funny, but I'll just have to fix the audio on that part. Yo, Byleth fan art?
What?
I just said, yo, Byleth fan art. And immediately liked the post and saved the image. I'm a professional at downloading Byleth fan art. You can even check my Discord profile. It says I'm a professional.
Yeah.
I think that's also in my bio on Twitter.
I
No?
don't really do anything on Twitter.
Yeah, that's my point. I just download Byleth images. Like, I follow Alpharad and then, like, a bunch of people that have drawn Byleth at least once. What's this new Minecraft content? Oh yeah, it's the weird MMO Minecraft game. Yo, Byleth fan art? Yo, Ari said, run as fast as you can. This guy has a scent and is going to kill you, because this other guy just said, it's a beautiful day to beat up a Fire Emblem fan, so I'm just replying saying, nah, I'd win. I got a +10 Brave Byleth. What's a non-Fire Emblem fan gonna do? You know? They don't got these crazy 5-star units. Who is the non-fan of the... I think it's, what's his name? It's not Valbar. It's someone else. He's like he's Robin's father. He's like the main villain of Awakening. He's not a fan of Fire Emblem. You know, he tries to steal the Fire Emblem so then he can revive a dragon of evil. We like to call them the Problem Dragons. This Problem Dragon's name is Grima, and he's gonna destroy the world. Grima is technically a dragon flying unit, and I've got a duochrome with double unity, Deadeye Special Spiral. That means nothing to you, but this man's will one-shot any flying type unit. It also has...
He's an electric type.
Yeah, you could view duochrome as an electric type, I guess. Byleth is a flying mage, because it's the Sothis outfit, Byleth. And, I gave her attack speed unity, so she just basically gets 50 attack and speed. No big deal. Like 50 extra. On top of like a base 53. And then she always attacks first against like far ranged units like bows and stuff.
Do you fight the electric type dude that you were talking about earlier?
Kind of. But we'll go with that.
That means she would lose.
Nah, she would win.
Okay. I trust your word.
Because, you see, if a bow unit tries to attack her, she goes, no, buddy, and she attacks them first, regardless. And then if she still doesn't kill, her special reduces all incoming damage by like 85%. It's fair and balanced.
Fair.
And so then she survives the next hit, even when she should probably have normally died without her special. And then, because she has more speed, she doubles, and she gets the kill. I would know, I play Fire Emblem. She's a fun unit. And somehow not fast enough to outspeed legendary Yuri, but that's fine. Yeah, one might even say I'm one of the best Fire Emblem players. As proven by my tier 21 arena rank.